Welcome students, welcome to the channel of Mukesh Kumar Jha where we study the accounting concepts. As you can see today, we are going to discuss about the past adjustment part 2. In the previous class also, in the previous session, we had discussed about the past adjustment, but that was based on single journal entry where for all the types of errors we compiled them together and passed one single journal entry to rectify all the errors and omissions. But in ISC Council, there is one more concept where we have to pass individual journal entries for all the types of errors. In this, when we are asked to pass multiple journal entries or individual entries for all the errors, in that case, the format which we had made as the working notes for single journal entry, that format will not be prepared. It will be a simple journal entry, and with the help of that you may be asked to prepare the adjusted capital account of the partners. Now we can understand this concept with the help of an example. This is the question, children. If you can see, the question is there are two partners A and B whose capitals on 1st April 2017 amounted to rupees 3 lakhs and 2 lakhs respectively. Their profit sharing ratio is 3:2. Net profit for the year ended 31st March 2018 amounted to rupees 1,60,000, which were distributed amongst partners without providing for the following. Now, what all things have not been done? Interest on capital at the rate 10% per annum and interest on drawings at the rate 12% per annum, whereas the drawings of A is 3,000 per month at the beginning of each month and B is rupees 9,000 at the end of each quarter. Past necessary journal entries, here is the difference, children. In when you are asked the past adjustment for a single entry, you are asked past necessary journal entry, singular. But over here, they have asked past necessary journal entries, which is plural, to rectify the above errors. Also prepare partners capital account. Now, one thing which I would like to tell you, children, that there is no difference in the single question of a single journal entry and rectification by the multiple journal entries. Both the questions seems alike. There is no difference. The only difference is the last sentence which is given to you. Whether it is to be rectified by passing a single journal entry or multiple journal entries, this can be only understood with the help of singular and plural words. Now, since over here plural words are there, we will pass journal entries. But before we pass journal entries, we'll do the working notes clearly so that there will be no problem before solving the sum. Let us do the working notes. The first error is that interest on capital. So, interest on capital for A will be how much? It is 10% per annum of rupees 3 lakhs. So it will be rupees 30,000. And what about B? It will be 10% of 22 lakhs is rupees 20,000. So your first working is done. Now we have the second working for interest on drawings. So let us do the second working before we pass the journal entries. Interest on drawings for A will be, how is the journal drawings? Drawing says that A has withdrawn rupees 3,000 per month at the beginning of each month, and we are preparing the accounts for the year ended, means for the entire year. So 3,000 in 1 year, he is drawing per month. So how many months he will draw? 12 months into rate of interest on drawings is 12% per annum. So 12 by 100. And now the average period for at the beginning of each month is 6.5 by 12. Similarly, we'll calculate for B. B says that he is drawing rupees 9,000 at the end of each quarter. 9,000 each quarter. And in 1 year, how many quarters are there? 4 quarters. So 9,000 into 4 into 12% into, at the end of each quarter, the average period is 4.5 by 12. Now when you solve this, 3000 into 12% into 6.5 divided by 12. It is rupees 2340. And the second one, 9000 into 4 into 12% into 4.5 divided by 12. It is rupees 1620. So this is your interest on drawings. Both the working has been done. Now once again refer to your question. What are mistakes done? The first mistake is we have the net profit of 1,60,000 which was distributed in the profit sharing ratio without providing for the following. That means the profit which was distributed was wrong. So how to rectify the error which you have made, the profit which you have distributed? You have to take it back first. In which ratio? In the profit sharing ratio. So when you will take back the profit from the partners, what will be the impact on partners' capital? The impact on partners' capital will be that the capital of the partners will decrease. If you remember the previous discussions on the previous sessions, we discussed that if you have to reduce any partner's capital account, the name of the partners must be on the debit side. And if you have to increase the capital of partners, the name should be on the credit side. So when you will take back the profit, the partner's capital needs to be reduced. So the name of the partners on 31st March 2018, you will pass the entry A's capital account debited, B's capital account debited to profit and loss adjustment account. We will, in this type of multiple journal entries, children, we will not be using PL appropriation account. Why? Because books have already been closed. Everything is over. Now we cannot go back to PL appropriation once again. So we open a temporary account that is known as PL adjustment account, and all the rectifications will be done accordingly. Here the profit was 1,60,000. We'll take it back in the profit sharing ratio, that is 3:2. So 1,50,000 divided by 5 into 3. A will share 96,000 and B will hand over 64,000. Here this is the wrong profit distributed is debited. So this is what we do first. That means we have taken back the profit. Now we will go for the provisions which we have not allotted for. The first one was interest on capital. Once again, what you have to understand is when you will give interest on capital, because interest on capital is given by the firm to the partners. So partners' capital will increase, and as I just told you, if you have to increase the partners' capital, their names must be on the credit side. So what will come on the debit side? You will write profit and loss adjustment account debited to A's capital account to B's capital account. Here interest on capital allowed. How much is the interest on capital? The calculation is 30,000 and rupees 20,000. So in PL adjustment, total will be 50,000. A 30,000, B 20,000. Now the next adjustment was interest on drawings, which was not charged. So on the same date, we will charge interest on drawings. Interest on drawings will reduce the capital account of the partners. So it will be A's capital account, B's capital account debit to profit and loss adjustment account. Interest on drawings charged. And the amount which we have calculated is 2,340 and 1,620. Total is 3,960. So we have made both the provisions. Now children, what you are supposed to do is you have to balance. Now this is the end of the question. Now what we are supposed to do is we have to balance and see what is we have to talk about the PL adjustment account, because the final distribution is left now. And we will see the debit total and credit total. What is the debit total of PL adjustment? We will see wherever PL adjustment comes on the debit side, we will write over here. If you see in this question, PL adjustment is on the debit. How much? 50,000. So only 50,000 is here. Whereas in both rest of these two journal entries, PL adjustment is on credit. So 1,60,000 and 3,960. Total is 1,63,960. So which side total has a greater total? It's obviously the credit. So how much is the balance? The balance will be 1,13,960. This balance will be distributed between A and B. Since the credit side of PL adjustment is greater, this means that there is a profit. And now this profit will be distributed amongst A and B in the profit sharing ratio, that is 3:2. So the share of A will be rupees 68,376, whereas B's share will be rupees 45,584. Now you have to pass journal entry for this particular distribution. As I told you that the credit side is greater. So since the credit side is greater, there will be a profit. And when you will distribute profit, when you will allow profit to the partners, their capital account will increase. That is why the name of the partners will come on the credit side. And journal entry will be profit and loss adjustment account, debit to A's capital account, to B's capital account. Here, profit finally distributed. How much is the profit over here? 1,13,960, and A's share is 68,376 and B's share is 45,584. Now, this was the first part of your question where you were asked to pass journal entries. You are also asked to prepare partners capital. Now we'll see how to prepare partners capital account. This is the format of partners capital. Now we will incorporate the entire question over here. First of all, we will write the balance of capital by balance brought down. For A, the capital was rupees 3 lakhs. For B, it was rupees 2 lakhs. Now, after writing the capital, what was the next thing which we had done? We had taken back the profit. Children, while passing journal entry also I told you that any such thing which will reduce the partner's capital needs to be written on the debit side. So since the profit will be taken back, it will be written on the debit side. So if you refer to your adjustment entry, the adjustment entry was A's capital account debit, B's capital account debit to profit and loss adjustment account. So here we will write to profit and loss adjustment account. This is profit taken back. Profit taken back. How much was the profit? The total was 1,60,000, which was rupees 96,000 and 64,000. So this was the profit taken. This was the entry which we have taken from there, the first entry. After that, after the profit was taken back, the next step is to allow interest on capital. So when we will allow interest on capital, what was the journal entry passed over there? Since interest on capital has to be allowed, so the capital account of the partners has to be increased. So you will write it on the credit side. But you will not write interest on capital. But why? Because what was your journal entry? The journal entry was profit and loss adjustment account debit to A's capital account to B's capital account. So here we will write the word PL adjustment account. In the bracket, if you want, you can mention that this is the amount for interest on capital. How much was the interest on capital? The amount of interest on capital was 30,000 and 20,000. What was the next thing? After interest on capital, the next part is about interest on drawings, which you have to charge from partners. So when you will charge from partners, their capital has to be reduced. So anything which needs to be reduced has to be brought on the debit side. But what is the mistake? What is the thing which you have to understand? The thing which you have to understand is that once again, we will not write interest on drawings. We will write profit and loss adjustment account. We will follow the journal entry. Here, interest on drawings. If you want, you can write within the bracket. The amounts are 2,340 and 1,620. After this, the next entry was about the profit distribution which we had calculated. For this also, you will write, since this is a profit, so the capital account of the partners will increase. But you will once again write by profit and loss adjustment account. Here you can write about the profit distributed. How much is the profit distributed? 68,376 to A and 45,584 to B. Now, after this, we will balance the capital account of the partners. And then here we can see which side of A has a greater total. Over here it is only nearly 96,000, whereas this side it is more than 3 lakhs. So credit side is more, 3 lakh plus 30,000 plus 68,376. The total is 3,98,376. 3,98,376 to balance carried down minus 90,000, 96,000 minus 2340. Balance is 3,36,000. Similarly for B, we will total credit side of B is also greater, 2 lakh plus 20,000 plus 45,584. It is 2,65,584. 2,65,584 minus 65,620. Balance is 1,99,964. So children, this is how we solve the sums based on the multiple journal entries. In the next video, we will talk about the last part of this chapter, which is called the guarantee of profit. Till then, thank you.